Good afternoon, 7th grade. It is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. Today we're on page 405, and we're going to be reading section 25.4, Advances in Science. Today it's only 2 pages, 405 to 406. But before we do that, we have a quiz today, quiz 39. So if you will please pause the video and do quiz 39, and then come back once you're done. Alright, I hope quiz 39 wasn't too hard for you guys. Remember, you're able to use your book to look up these answers, so no sweat. Just find the right answers and put them in correctly. So we're going to be looking at page 405 and 406 today. So let's begin. New fields in technology. The turn of the 21st century marked a phenomenal change in the advancement and merging of medicine, science, and technology. The integration of these scientific fields produced such varied developments as robotic ankles, motor-powered prosthetic arms, pill cams, face transplants, artificial disc implants for the neck, and artificial retinas for the eye. Renewable energy sources such as wind turbines, solar energy, and biofuels have also been developed. Biotechnology. Advances in the field of biotechnology have opened up new branches of biological research and medical treatment. By interpreting and manipulating DNA, or the molecules that are stored in organisms' genetic information, scientists have discovered new ways to diagnose and treat genetic diseases and have been able to modify bacteria and plants that have various desirable traits. The technique of cloning, or producing an exact copy of an organism through DNA, may also be able to supplement traditional breeding of livestock for desired characteristics. Another use of biotechnology is in the study of stem cells, unspecialized cells that the body can convert into any specialized type. Stem cells from bone marrow and umbilical cord blood can potentially be used to treat various diseases. Scientists also hope to use stem cells to produce new organs for people needing organ transplants. So that was biotechnology. Now let's look at nanotech. The field of nanotechnology, which deals specifically with the manipulation of atoms and molecules, was developed in 1990. By manipulating matter on the scale of a nanometer, a millionth of a millimeter, or 1/100,000th the width of a human hair, scientists hope to develop stronger, lighter materials, more efficient production, and changes in medical tools and treatments. Changes in communication. The Internet. The Internet, an electronic form of communication that links computers and networks, was developed by the Department of Defense in the late 1960s, but underwent great changes in the 1990s. The greatest of these developments was the World Wide Web, often simply called the web, invented by an English computer scientist named Tim Berners-Lee. The web is a system that uses various codes to identify specific pieces of information and indicate what method should be used to access the information. Let's look at wireless technology. The combination of radio technology with computers led to the development of wireless networking. The ability to connect computers wirelessly reshaped businesses as more people took their work to restaurants, coffee shops, and retail areas where wireless internet access was available. The movement toward immediate information and entertainment retrieval led many cities to adopt area-wide wireless networks. In the 1990s, cellular phone usage skyrocketed. Many cell phones were developed not only to make phone calls, but also to transmit email and digital pictures, surf the web, and to download music and video clips. The popularity of cellular technology forced phone companies to continually update their products with new technology. Although readily accessible, internet can be resourceful. We must remember that the Bible commands us to protect our eyes from all evils and sins. RFID, radio frequency identification chips, part of a short-range precision tracking system, are used on patients and expensive equipment in hospitals for retail inventory and in traffic monitoring systems. Another potential use of RFID is an FDA-approved system of identification that can be implanted into the arm or hand of humans, tracking criminals perhaps. In 1978, the U.S. Department of Defense launched the first of the satellites that formed the GPS, or Global Positioning System. The system proved its worth in the 1991 Gulf War in Iraq, enabling the U.S. military to strike with great precision and to maneuver troops and equipment through the desert with speed and accuracy. After the U.S. government authorized civilian use of the system in 1993, GPS technology quickly became a multi-billion-dollar industry, with GPS-based navigation systems both in cars, cell phones, and even some watches. And then the growth of the space exploration will round us out. The space race of the 1960s continued to expand with many space probes sent to explore other planets. For several decades, Russia and the United States remained the only two nations to send men into space. In October of 2003, China joined them as the third nation to send a man into space. The largest and most intricate global project undertaken to date is the assembling of the International Space Station. The first step in assembling the ISS took place in 1998 when the Russian control module Zara and the US module Unity were linked. The ISS attempts to help scientists and astronauts with long-term space exploration. Since the 1990s, this project has remained a central thrust of missions to space. The 21st century has also seen the birth of privately funded spaceflight. A number of companies are seeking to build space hotels and offer commercial passenger flights into space. And that completes today's lesson. No section review today since you took the quiz, but I do want to talk about tomorrow. I'm not going to have a video for you tomorrow, but you have a test. You have test 11 to take. Now, I know you're freaking out because I haven't given you a study guide. Guys, you are allowed to use your book on these tests. In fact, I encourage you to. If there is an essay or a map on the test, you don't have to do the map or essay, but do answer the other questions. No map, no essay question, but do answer the other ones. You can use your book. Don't let it freak you out. So there won't be a video tomorrow on Wednesday, but we'll pick up again on Thursday. I hope you guys have an awesome day.